welcome back to Praggers Gaming. I'm Gamer Praggers and this is Citizen Sleeper 2. In the last episode we opted to head out for the... we did the contract to shut down the Solheim drone, which we did successfully, but we did have to lose some of our spoils, some of our fee, to hand back to Nia, who came with us. And then we came out here for the after the core. So we are out here. We are about to start working on this derelict. Corroded out of the depressurized bay. Okay. Let me work on this because I've got a bonus. And then we'll use Seraphim, hopefully get the one. And we triggered the stress. Okay, so we now have to deal with the hull breach. Oh, seriously? I was really hoping that I could it's a risk, but it paid off. There we go. That's a 2. Again, risky, but we took the stress on that. New location, cargo storage. Okay. Okay. Let's rest. Oh, and the cycle. Because we can... No, that's... rig engine. We can't do that. Yeah. So we'll end the cycle and we'll see what dice we get. Okay. Mid dice. Okay. Right, let's put Junie's Junie's 1 dice in. Okay. Extract raw scrap. Okay. So let's have a look up here. Force the lock. No. I'm going to use my decent dice and see how far we can get. Okay. It's tempting. Okay. So if I roll a 1 or a 2, the dice will lose a life. So we could end up losing a dice here. Here's danger. And we added 2 stress. Brilliant. Brilliant. The purge protocol. But Junie does have that. Not great, because now we're going to gain a stress just by ending the cycle. Okay, but Junie's dice are now awesome. Okay. Right, I'm gonna risk it. I mean, we finished it, but at what cost? The bridge of the derelict lies silent. The pale beams of your suit lamps catch rows of terminals and clouds of glittering dust. Wires weave like seaweed and the whole scene appears as if underwater, chaotic, but still. Junie glides past you, disturbing the dust and taking you by surprise as she does. She has been a stoic presence so far, but in this moment she seems drawn forward by some force of curiosity. You watch as she bats away debris and begins checking terminals. She is already prying an access panel off one of the more intact looking terminals, and as she does, puffs of rust colour the vacuum around her. She turns back to the terminal and finishes prying off the plate, then quickly she reaches inside, fishing around for something. Her hand comes back out with a waving cable topped with a thick connector. As soon as she sees it, she slips a keyboard-sized deck out from somewhere on her person. She runs her hand across the back until she finds the right port and slots in the connector. All of this happens in a few seconds. The routine practiced and precise. It is not hard to be impressed. Nicely done. We'll see, we'll see, she says so quietly it seems mostly to herself. Junie's fingers dance across the deck's keyboard and a burst of static lights up the Solheim terminal screen. The sudden burst of light and colour takes you by surprise. Junie's fingers tap away, the terminal screen flashing with blocks of colour and lines of code. It buzzes and vibrates, its long dead systems forced back into chaotic life. Then all at once it goes dark. The terminal is dead. Shit! Junie hisses under her breath. Useless. You cannot tell if the insult is directed at the terminal or herself. There are plenty more. She looks up at you, a confused expression on her face, and then scans the bridge. I suppose, she pauses, but even from here I can see most of them are less than scrap. The cradle with the data core can't be far. She pushes off from the terminal, gliding away from you. I'll start looking, she calls back and heads to the other side of the bridge. Seraphine glides up behind you. Everything alright? What do you think of Junie? The kid? Seraphine shrugs. You know better than me. Keeps to herself. He squints at her retreating form. Seraphine stretches in his suit. I have to admit, it's nice to be back working, especially now that we're the ones who will reap the benefits. He claps you on the shoulder. It feels good to be taking our fate into our own hands. I know it's pretty rough there, back on Hexport, and out here we're just as likely to get shredded by debris as find the damn data core. But aren't you glad we made a break for it? He pauses and looks down, having asked the question almost by accident. I mean, I am. I just don't want to speak for you. I'm glad to. Seraphine smiles. You better be. I didn't give up that little dark-side cupboard I was living in for nothing. He laughs at his own joke. Look. Seraphine checks his suit wrist seals. Once we've got a bit of space behind us, once we've gone the distance, if we even manage to get that far, he furrows his brow, don't feel you owe me. I'm no charity case. You want us to go our separate ways? Fine by me. He meets your eyes. Just do me the favour of telling me to my face. That won't happen. Seraphine nods but doesn't respond. After a moment, he shines his torch out into the dark, checking the rows of terminals all across the bridge. You watch the glittering dust as it eddies in the beam. Seraphine sighs. Let's get to it. You watch as he crosses the bridge, his torch probing the dark corners. You feel a chill run through your body as you imagine the people that once ran this ship, the Solheim crew, surely long dead. What was it like here before the collapse, when this system was the jewel in Solheim's crown? It's impossible to know. That history is lost to you now. All you can do is pick what you can from the ruins. Okay. Oh man. Right. Brilliant. Oh, great. Oh, we still need to deal with that as well, don't we? Okay. Okay. So, we've now got another breach to deal with, and I've lost a dice. So that's cool. Okay. We'll take Junie's 3. Not fantastic. We'll take Junie's 4. Okay. That's that one dealt with. Okay. Wow. We yeah. I don't think we're finishing this run. If I'm honest. I don't think we can. Okay. Right, let's end the cycle. And wow. Okay. Fantastic. Brilliant. Okay. We've got the data core location. Oh, Junie's got 2 6s. Okay. That's it. There's a horrifying lurch. You're sent spinning across the bay you were crossing in a hail of debris. You watch as the side of the bay silently tears open in front of you. A gaping black maw toothed with flying debris. You stare into it and breathe, your breath heavy in your ears, your eyes wide. Suddenly you feel a tug on your back. Your tether. As you spin back from the sudden arrest of your glide, you see Seraphim holding onto the other end, reeling you towards him. We have to go, Sleeper. His voice comes urgently over the comms channel. This place is done. You both make your way through the splitting derelict in silence, charting a path through what were once passages but are now twisting tubes like the intestinal tract of some dead creature. Eventually you make it out onto the surface and find the rig still tethered but gashed with debris and scars. You and Seraphim exchange concerned glances. We're going to pay for this. He looks over the damage. Let's hope she still flies. You tether together and push off from the hull, Seraphim guiding you through the debris. Below you, the derelict is exploding in slow motion, tearing apart in a swarm of razor-edged shards. All this and no call, Seraphim fumes. Now the rig's torn up too? You don't have much to offer in answer. He's right. It seems the job was a disaster. You just hope it isn't terminal. It's gone. Junie's voice comes through faintly over the comms. She must already be on the ship. The whole ship is falling apart. No shit, Seraphine answers back. Contract's a bust. What a waste, says quietly, and then the channel clicks off. You arrive at the rig's airlock and bundle yourself inside, noticing the exterior damage. It looks mostly superficial, but it will no doubt take its toll on the ship. Once you're back in the cockpit, you look out at the Derelict's shattered form. It seems you will be its last visitors. So yeah, so we can't do anything except leave. But we lose 5 stress on the journey back. Oh dear. As you arrive into Hexport, Junie speaks up from the back of the cockpit. I need to speak to both of you. On the journey back, you noticed a change in Junie, a hardening, and now she seems very different from the nervous hacker you first brought with you. I know we failed to extract the core, Junie sighs, but I wanted to be honest with you on why I came to you. I don't work for Karsten, perhaps that was obvious, and I don't want to bring him the core. You and Seraphine exchange glances. You lied? Yes. She looks away. I know I shouldn't have done that, but if I had explained on Hexport, would you have taken me? I wanted a chance to show my worth before I came to you. Do you know how many of those cores are left intact? Junie suddenly looks gripped by emotion. Like it or not, we live in Solheim's shadow and their ruins, and yet we know almost nothing. What chance do we have of understanding how we got here when others like them, like Senatstadt and Conway, are descending on this system? This station and most of the other habitats of the belt are built on a Solheim foundation. She frowns. Yet we are too busy scavenging them to take the time to look for answers. Men like Karsten want nothing but the raw materials, of course, like the one we lost. She shakes her head. We can do better. We could learn our history and how this system was settled. We could better learn the technology we build our lives on. We could uncover Solheim's crimes and seek to make amends. She meets your eye. We could see beyond survival, towards something else. You've never heard Junie speak like this, and you realise that what you've taken for nervousness was actually control. This, the person in front of you, mourning a data core, is the real Junie. Not that it matters, she glances away. It's all lost now. Keep your honesty, Seraphine cuts in. It's worthless to us. He completes the landing protocols and begins shutting the rig's engines off. We don't have time for confessions. Junie looks crestfallen. Karsten won't come for you, if that's what you're worried about. He's ignorant and stubborn, but he isn't vengeful. This is not what we're worried about. Seraphine gives her a pointed look. You tell Junie about the feed lines Karsten has about you, and Seraphine fleeing something, and that you can't run any further without them. Junie nods along, her eyes darting back and forth as if trying to calculate something in her mind. Seraphine turns to you. If you have any bright ideas on how to get those feed lines, now would be the time, Sleeper. There's another way, Junie interrupts. I could help you steal the feed lines. She stares at both of you with determination. We could do it together. Seraphine looks at you with raised eyebrows. It seems he is noticing the change in Junie too. Karsten is an idiot. I can hack his security and you can pull them out of there. She looks at Seraphine. You seem tough, she shrugs. We can do it. Why help? Junie looks between the two of you. Hexport hasn't exactly been kind to me. You two trusted me, even though I didn't deserve it. I'm not used to that. I want to repay it. Not to mention that Karsten is probably ripping you off, even if you get enough cryo. What's to say he won't raise the price? Trust me, he's no good. I was trying to deal with Karsten to get those derelict coordinates from the moment I arrived here, and he ran me in circles. She shakes her head. Seraphine is watching her closely. Even if I do take you at your word, which given everything seems a little tough, how do we even do this? He raises an eyebrow. You were telling me we just drift in there and take the feed lines? Look, I get it. You don't trust me. She pauses. But what if I have a vested interest in this working out? There's nothing left for me here, and I don't feel much like hanging around waiting for Karsten to figure out my involvement in all this. I need safe passage. You need the feed lines to grant it. She allows herself a smile. See where I'm going with this? Seraphine sighs. I don't like it, he pauses, but it makes sense. What do you think, Sleeper? We all get something. Exactly, Junie smiles. Let me prepare. I'll head to Factory Row, scope the place out. Meet me there and we can work out a plan. She glances between the two of you. Trust me, we can find a way. We'll keep it simple, clean. Simple is good. Agreed, Seraphine cuts in. His dark look betrays his concern.
I'll go scope out the bay we need in Factory Row. We should split up. Less likely for Carson to suspect us. Meet me there in a few and we can finish setting up.
Yeah, we're not meeting her. Junie unclips from her seat, floating.
I want to show you I can be trusted. That we can do this.
She looks between the two of you.
Believe that, please?
And with that, she slips away down the passage towards the airlock and hexport beyond. You look at Seraphim. I'm saying nothing, Sleeper. He unclips from his seat too. Either this is the kind of mess you have to go through to get out the other side, or it's the kind you never escape. Either way, we're in it now. He leaves the cockpit. You stare at the chaotic lights of hexport and wonder if anything in the starboard belt ever runs smoothly. It started as a creeping dullness, something that drew you further from the world, cycle by cycle, but now, in this moment of waking, it's a shifting pain. It jumps across your body, faster than you can follow, and you jerk against it. As you do, a numbness starts to spread across your skin as if you were sinking into cold water. The pain dances across this numbness as if it was skimming on its surface, but then, as you submerge, it becomes distant, and you realise you're leaving this body, your frame. Your shutdown is an unravelling no longer painful, but now inescapable. As parts of you disappear, your mind decays, your awareness depleting alongside your body. All of a sudden, something is missing, but you're unable to tell what. Then another thing, then another. These blind spots gather, shutting off your vision, your touch, your sense of smell. In the end, you are little more than a pulsing point, a flickering thought. For a moment, in this reduced state, you persist, an ungraspable image of life, suspended in front of you, unreachable, unknowable, and then you're gone. Well, shit. Your dangerous run has come to an end. Death is permanent, but you have choices. If you wish to continue this playthrough on a lower difficulty, reload the game from the main menu and change your difficulty in the pause menu. Okay, we're done. The dice were not in our favour on that run, unfortunately. But that's that run done as well. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see another run, potentially not on Dangerous. However, I think we'll look at starting something else next time. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, ticking the bell so you know when new videos go live. In the description is a link to the channel Discord. Feel free to come talk about the games you're playing, the games I'm playing, games in general, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!